Hey, hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Wong Lorene, and it's Wednesday. That's right, we have a new show now that's called Moving Forward, and we're going to be doing this every Wednesday. But first, I'd like to just take a minute to say a prayer. Just thank God for just blessing us with this platform, oh Lord, and just continue to rain down the blessings on us. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Okay. So, like I said, the name of this show is Moving Forward. And this is a platform for people that are successful on whatever level to come and share their lifestyles and let us know what drive them. We do have a guest coming, I believe. But at any rate, I want to introduce my co host. Her name is Mimi from Mimi Life Entertainment. What's popping, me?
Hey, everything's good. How you doing over there?
Oh, I'm doing really, really good. I am so happy to have you on board.
Yeah, I'm happy to be on board. Thank you so much. Hey, people, everybody ready for this new show? It's going to be fun.
Yeah, so Mimi has a list of people she wants to be bringing on the show and all of that. My show can really use your talent. I appreciate. Well, our show can really use your talent. How about that?
I appreciate
So
that.
we were waiting for Gemini Porter, who is a member of Men at Large. I don't know if you heard about the group Mimi Men at Large.
Yeah, I know who they are.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were hot back in the late 80s, early 90s, and they're still on the road doing some of their stuff. So anyway, he's going to be in town, and he's going to be doing a tribute to Luther Vandross. So I wanted to talk to him a little bit about that. So what did you find out about him, Mimi? You said you did a little research.
I did a little bit of research, so I just kind of looked the group up a little bit. I found a lot of music on YouTube.
Yeah.
They did have a #1 hit that was topped like at the 30 top billboards. I think it was called "So Alone." That was like one of their biggest songs.
Yeah.
I know they did some stuff with Keith Sweat. They also worked with Gerald Levert, which is really great.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. Gerald Levert, they came out of the Gerald Levert camp. Gerald and his brother, they're both deceased now. They kind of groomed them and got them ready. And they're called Men at Large because they're all big guys.
Right.
That Jeremiah, he can, I mean, Gemini can really sing. So I don't know whether he's going to catch up with us or not, Mimi, but I think since we have everybody's attention, I put the link out there for anybody that wants to join us. If you guys, have a story to tell about your success, because that is what this show is about tonight, tap on in. I put the link on Facebook, so you guys can pop on into the studio. So, Mimi, what are Mimi, I consider you a successful person. I've seen you grow in the community. I've seen what you do. You're well respected. I mean, I know that you're probably not there, but do you feel like you're on the road to going there or being there?
I really do. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Like when I started out in this, it kind of fell in my lap. I really wasn't looking to manage or any of that kind of stuff, but I just love music so much that I was always around the music scene. And so what ended up happening was that, eventually I ended up managing somebody, but I met at an open mic, and then him and I worked together for a while. You remember Young Tana? You probably remember him. I think I brought him into the studio there.
Yeah.
And then, I started working with Taina Pizarro, which is AKA Lady Killer.
Yeah, Lady Killer, yeah.
Yeah. And, over the last year and a half, close to 2 years now, I've kind of just been managing, booking some artists. I don't know if you got a chance to meet Tony Rocks, but I was working with him as well.
Yeah.
And so I was booking his, mostly his tours, what he was doing as far as like West Coast tours and things like that. And it just so happens that, Pedro Rosada, you know him?
Yeah.
Pedro?
Yeah.
It just so happens that he recognized what I was doing and he reached out to me, and now we have a partnership that we're working on. So
Pedro's a good guy.
To me. So
yeah, he's a good guy, Pedro. I like him.
he's a go-getter for sure. He's, he's really on the ball. He's super organized. He's always busy doing something, and at this point in the game, what he's doing is he needs a partner to help him with it. So that's why he
Yeah,
called me and asked me to join his team, and I'm so glad to be a part of it. It was a long road, but yeah, I really feel like I'm on my way there for sure.
you are, and you're in a genre where things are popping now because you manage. Well, you basically deal with hip hop and R&B, but you do have some other pop artists or something, right?
Yeah, you remember Tony Rocks? He was the acoustic guitar player. He's
Oh,
like
Tony, yeah, you brought him in the studio when I was there, I think.
yeah, that's the other artist that I work with. Yeah, I generally work with mostly, hip hop and R&B artists, all local people.
Yeah,
But I mean, I'm not opposed to working with a more poppy artist or a more, country artist or whatever, you know.
yeah, yeah. So are you still soliciting new clients, or you kind of like still where you are?
I'm not really doing much managing and booking right now. I'm doing more concert organization and handpicking artists on a local level who are super talented, so we can bring them, onto a stage other places. So they're not just doing an open mic here, and they're not, because what happens a lot with the artists in Vegas is they go to these open mics. They're working for free. They're trying to get
Yeah,
their name out there. They're doing all kinds of programs for free. And what
yeah,
we're trying to do is give them an opportunity to really get on stage and to make some money and
right,
get into a national tour, some sort, maybe a Western East Coast tour or something like that.
right,
Um, and then whatever other connections we have, doing some, helping them with their image and their, stage performance, and maybe if they need help getting their stuff recorded, the studio and things like that.
yeah,
How we
yeah. Well, I was actually on the phone, today with someone because I've been doing this for almost 3 years, and I've interviewed so many people. I've collected many, many, many songs, like 600 songs or more.
Yeah,
Where the guy that I was talking to was suggesting that I might want to do some type of compilation, CD every 3 months or every 6 months or something like that. So do you think that that would work for New Music Mondays?
yeah. I think we're going to be playing smaller clips, right? From what I understood the last time, instead of playing entire songs, which
Right.
which is kind of a good idea in the sense that we're going to give you a little piece, a little taste of the artist, and then we're going to tell you where you can find the artist so you can go and look at them and actually, stream their music and, download their music if you like it or whatever. I mean,
Right.
that gives them the opportunity to make a little money off of their streaming and things like that too, if we're not giving it all the way on the air, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, we're not giving it
Yeah,
all away. So I'm hoping that the artist will just jump on board with it. Because I do think that I'm going to go that route. I mean, I have all of this music that I need to, help the artists. The artists would help me, and help us, and we would help them.
right.
By driving people to their Spotify or whatever platform they're on to download their music. So
Exactly.
I'm thinking seriously of doing that. So I really appreciate you joining me on this show. My vision for it is to be able to bring people on that have stories to share about how they got where they are now in life. Um,
Right.
yeah, it may not be 500 million dollars that you're making. It may be only 50,000, but you're happy and you figured this thing called life out. And i
Right.
i think that's going to be good information to show. I really want it to be like a motivational show.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Something that will
Oh yeah.
motivate somebody, because you never know who you might touch. I mean, there are people that's touched me, that's got me to where I am. And this platform was just kind of, that I'm doing now. I just evolved into that. You have to keep evolving and doing something different. And that's what I decided to do. I mean, I've been doing that show for almost 3 years. It had gotten to the point where I just wasn't satisfied anymore. You understand what I'm
And that's exactly was my point when we were talking about it before, is that even for the last 2 years when I was working, I wasn't making a whole lot of money doing it,
Right.
but I knew that I was doing something I really loved and really fulfills me. So even though, it has to, sometimes it's a struggle financially. Sometimes people say, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Why don't you just do this instead? You
Right.
have to do what you really love. And you do have to transition, and you do have to mold into something else at some point if it's not really fulfilling you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I can totally see what you're saying about that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you do have to, because entrepreneurs are never just satisfied where they are. They always want to do, something different or something more.
Mhm.
And I think that's where I was. And you're absolutely right. You have to transition and you have to evolve. I mean, and you hit on something that's really important. If you are happy, if the most success in life is doing something because you love it, not necessarily for the money. Now, I'm
That's
not going to
correct.
say that money is definitely, we have to live to have it, but it
Right.
makes it a lot easier when you're doing something that you really and truly love, and at the end of the day, you can say that you help somebody, or
Yeah, and I think not to interrupt you, but I don't want to
that's
lose this
okay.
thought. But I think also, the money comes. It does. If you're
Right,
doing stuff that you love and you're helping people, because I feel like Pedro and I are really helping artists, local artists, to get recognition when they haven't had it before. They're
right.
getting the opportunities to go on an East Coast tour, getting opportunities to be seen by maybe a record label, and they wouldn't have those opportunities normally. So I really feel like it's helping them too. And I think when you're doing something that you really love and you're helping other people, the money comes. The money
Yes,
does come. You don't have to chase the money. You chase the dream. You chase the
that's my
fulfillment,
point.
right?
Yeah.
Fulfillment.
Yeah, so I think we have that a little misconstrued. I think people have that all turned around. So like you said, they're chasing the money, and they're just it's like climbing a mountain and just never getting there because you never feel fulfilled. But
Right.
but as if you're doing something that you love, and you can go home at the end of the day and go, you know what? I did that. That was
Right.
really, to me, that's success. So
Absolutely.
yeah, and then you have to celebrate your little successes. Not everything is like, one big thing. It's the little things. What I like to do is make a list of things that I want to achieve in the day. That's very small and minute. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just what do I want to do today? It may be, it may be something as simple as, I gotta get to the post office, or I gotta make this phone call, or I gotta run Mimi down today,
Right.
and things like and things like that. So it's all a mindset. It's all a
Right.
mindset, and I want this show to kind of relax people and have people kind of look within themselves and see what it is you're really really good at.
Right.
And
Sometimes you don't figure that out for a very long time.
say that again.
Sometimes you don't figure that out in your life
I
for a very
know, right?
It took
Right?
me a very long time to figure out that this is really my niche.
Yeah, it is, Mimi. It is
Yeah.
your niche. You fit right in. You have the style for it. You have the conversation for it. And I've been watching you. I just you're a hustler too. You're a hustler.
I got a little bit of hustler in me, just a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. You got some muscle in you. I know we on our stump bump the stage last year. You did your thing, and I was like, now this lady, I'd like to work with this lady in some capacity. That's why I'm sure Pedro saw the same thing in you.
Yeah, he literally did say that. He was like, "I've watched what you're doing, and I really need a teammate, and I want to ask you to come on board with my team." And I was like, I'm excited about it. We have a lot of great stuff going on.
So
So
what is your very next? So now I know you had the 112 concert coming up.
that's on the 6th. That's on this Friday coming up. Hmm.
Okay, this Friday. So talk about that, Mimi.
Okay, so 112 is going to be at the Hard Rock Live on March 6th, which is Friday. There are still a few tickets to the show. I think we're about 30 or 40 tickets out from it being sold out. It's almost 50
Wow.
bucks. Yeah. It's being run by Show City. I don't know if you know Brian Ratcliffe from Show City, but he owns the Show City company, and he's the one that puts on those concerts at the Hard Rock Live at that venue there. He I asked him about, possibly getting some openers on, and he worked with us, and we got Dolly and DT 702, which I know you know both of them very well,
Yeah.
to open for 112. So they'll be opening.
Hmm.
Got some dancers, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really good event, I think.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and then tomorrow down at the Bunkhouse, Thursday, March 5th, which is tomorrow. We have an all women's lineup. We did a completely all women's show, women empowerment. We're really trying to showcase, the really talented women in Las Vegas. There's so many talented women out here in Las Vegas, but when you get into a hip hop genre, a lot of times it's male. It's a lot of men in that
Right.
genre specifically. So we did a whole women's lineup. That's tomorrow at the Bunkhouse. It's $15 or I don't know, $15 at the door. There's like 4 openers and a headliner, and they're all so great. They're super talented. So that's going on tomorrow at the Bunkhouse. So
Okay, so who are some of those female artists?
do you know who Rachel Smith is?
Rachel Smith. Name sounds familiar.
Yeah, she's a local artist. She has let me just look up everybody for you. So
Okay.
Aubrey is the headliner. I can never remember all the headliners and the openers all at the same time.
I
But
know, right?
she goes by Obs, and she's super talented. She's going to be doing the headlining, and then on the lineup we've got Cassie. We've got Mayjoy, who's got some beautiful, like almost like an R&B pop style music, really beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
Natalie Kalai is on there. Morella is on there. Rachel Smith, and then it's being hosted by Taylor, she goes by Stop Teasing Tay on Instagram. She's wonderful hostess. She's done a couple of other shows around town, so she's going to be hosting it. The whole lineup is all females.
All
So,
females. That is
yeah.
going to be awesome. That is going to be a great show. And that's tomorrow night at the saloon. Yeah.
House Saloon on 11th and Fremont. The doors open at 8.
Doors open at 8 o'clock.
Support our female talent in Vegas. There's a lot of them. I want to do another show after this with some more of them, because every time I keep scouting for new talent, I'm finding another amazing female singer or R&B or hip hop or a rapper or something. So we'll be mixing it up a bit.
Well, good. So tomorrow night, are they all R&B, hip hop, or you got any country or?
No, they're mostly all in the genre of R&B and hip hop tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay.
there's no country singers. Although I think Rachel would probably be like considered a little more like poppy, kind of a more pop feel.
Yeah, more pop. Yeah. Pop is good because it crosses so many lines. So
absolutely.
Yeah, it doesn't put you in a box. When I think of pop, I think when Whitney Houston was around. Music like that.
Back in her early days.
Yeah. So that's what I think. Well, I think that's going to be a fantastic show. It's
you said 50,
how much at the door? 15 at the door.
$15 at the door. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $15 at the door. So y'all go and check that out. We're definitely we're live on YouTube right now, and I have it on my Facebook. But I have it on the New Music Mondays page. So we're going to share this to our main pages. So, you guys can go back and take a look at it if you don't have time to check it out right now. But I'm here with Mimi from Mimi Life Entertainment, the boss in Las Vegas, doing her thing with young artists just all over the place, creating platforms for artists, managing artists, just super successful. She has joined me on this show and also New Music Mondays. She's going to be our entertainment contributor, bringing stuff like this so you guys know how to stay on point. This show is going to be hot. both of them. They're going to be well-known shows because we're going to be bringing you artists are going to be wanting to listen in to find out where they can get things done. So we're going to bring that to you on New Music Mondays. And on this show, we want to hear about your success. How successful are you? How driven are you? How did you get there? Um, is it all about money or is it about being happy? So we
Correct.
want to put people on another track there. So I don't know what's happened to our guests, but that's okay because we're having a very good conversation.
We're having our own, we're entertaining ourselves. I was going to ask you, you should tell the people a little bit about how you ended up in this. Like, how did you get
Okay.
here?
Yeah. So I fought this for a very long time, Mimi. It sort of goes back to when you just said sometimes it takes you a while to see where you really should be.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had entertainment since I was 17 years old. I've always I started out commentating fashion shows and stuff like that. Always used my voice, but I kind of stepped out of that and I started managing artists. What do you do?
Right.
And so I did quite a bit of that. That's how I met March. I had performed on their stage and part of the production and all of that. So I did a lot of that. I began to get though unfulfilled with managing artists because I found is I wanted it more than they did.
Sometimes that's true.
So I was working harder than they were, and the that I managed, yeah, and you have to kind of let them go. The group that I managed in Florida was a kids group, and they were hot. We Atlantic was letting you come in and do little performances for them. We did that. We got a call from Puffy, and just when that happened, they heard they got that call from Puffy, from P Diddy. All hell just broke loose. They started counting the money before the guy even told us what he was doing.
Yeah.
And then the parents got involved, and it just got crazy. So I left the East Coast.
What age
I'm
group? What
from
age group?
Daytona Beach, Florida. Left that behind me. I went to LA to
Mm-hmm.
work for a friend of mine. And then that was during the time when the economy got really, really bad. So we had to close that business down. He they were like 14 to 16.
Yeah.
I would really now if I could do anything, that's what I would do. I would put another boys group, all boys band together, because we don't really have one. It's Asian that's out there that's doing a lot of things that the
Yeah.
teenagers are just going crazy over. But we don't have that raw R&B rooted all boys. Remember Ralph Transvant and all of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh like a new
Right.
edition, and before them, it was like the ones that stand out to me, like Jackson 5. Yeah, UK came about, but they can get along. My story. So I moved back to LA. I moved to LA, did that for a while, got a severance, uh, and realized that I wasn't going to be able to live on that severance in LA. Oh my God, it's so expensive there. So
It's
order
so
out here,
expensive in
and we
LA.
and few years just doing promotions. I promoted a lot of events, a lot of parties, things like that. And then I ran into this one DJ that knew of a radio station that you ran out time to you and you could do your, you know what, I would love to do something for new artists. When I was in, coming back to college at a late, yes, it is. Anyway, I'd been on the air in college radio station. I went back to school really late in life, and I did that, and I loved it. It was just something about it that I just really love, and I feel comfortable behind the microphone. So I
Yeah.
started out here, just getting people, new artists to come on the show. And that's what got me here. And then, I did and then I was like,
Coming
I'm
soon to
just
Text
not,
Communications.
I need
Get
to be
it.
doing something.
Uh, King. Yeah, I got that new drip, new fun. I be like, who this? Went underground, dipped around, then I came back as a new bitch. Got everybody copying my flow. Honestly, this shit is getting so old.
Now that's King. Is that King Toddy? That song, the intro song.
Yeah, I got that new drip, new fun. I be like, dipped around, then I got everybody.
That, yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's King Body. So that is an example. That is an example of what we're going to be doing. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's an example of what we're going to be doing for a commercial. We are there doing our things as well. This show is brand new. Is it going to grow and be find out? They can be on the. They can play their. Yeah. So what do you have to say about that?
So we'll get some advertisers, is basically what you're saying, to help sponsor the show.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how the platform is going to be when the advertisement pops up. It'll be their advertisement there in that moment. Mm-hmm. So, and then will you be changing the intro of the
Right.
song?
And that
Or are you
it
going to
would
keep
have
it
been an
flat?
advertiser spot. So I guess I'll show
Right.
up. So I will be changing that. Um, so anyway, we say goodnight. So we're going to say good night.
Okay.
I think what happens here is yeah, we're going to say good night. I don't know when, maybe no. I can't even say what happened. But anyway, Mimi, tell everybody where they can
Sometimes
find you.
artists get busy. You can find me on most every social platform under Mimi Life Entertainment. It's on my IG. My Facebook is under Michelle Morrison Reed because I'm actually going to change that pretty soon here, and change it up so it's all coincides with Mimi Life Entertainment. So if you have music, if you're a new artist, if you're looking to show your music, you can email me with it, mimilifeentertainment@gmail.com, or you can hit me in my DMs on Instagram. I'd be glad to listen to your music and see if we can get you on some sort of a platform.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. I'm sure we're going to build that really fast. So yes, you that are interested in being on the show, you can email me at New Music Mondays 1 at gmail.com. And you can find me on Facebook under Wong Cook. You could just Google Wong Cook. Everything is going to come up. So I'm looking for new artists. I'm looking for people that are successful in their own right. And the show that we forgot to talk about was King Talk Show that comes on Fridays for the millennials.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
So so yeah, so we got that one coming up too. But anyway, we want to thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you with Mimi on Monday, right, Mimi?
We'll be back on Monday with a little bit of information about what's popping in LV.
That's right. So you guys have a good night. Bye bye now.
Bye.